All right, welcome back. So today we are talking about 5, the Hierophant, which is sometimes called the Pope, in very much the same way that 2, the High Priestess, is sometimes called the Popess. And generally, the point of this chapter is that the Hierophant represents the individual's spiritual or religious connection, and also the establishing or creating or reinforcing of meaning within the Logos system created by for the Emperor. A quick note on that before I move to what is going to be the meat of this video is that the Pope that's what she calls it. The Hierophant is essentially a representation of taking those 4 functions and using them for betterment, essentially. It's continuing the work, but prescribing meaning to the actions rather than just having reactions and doing actions. It's understanding the meaning behind them or assigning meaning to them. That is a little vague and a little odd to say, so if you want me to explain that more, please let me know. But the thing that really caught my attention is a paragraph in the chapter, and if you will allow me. As is always the case with these archetypal powers which move us on the inside, we must first experience them as existing in our outer environment. All of us have, from time to time, projected onto others the qualities of the magician, the popess, the empress, and the emperor. By experiencing these qualities as belonging to persons of our acquaintance, often erroneously, we ultimately come to realize that we ourselves have potentials and characteristics of a similar nature. As we become increasingly aware of our inner powers for weal or woe, the exaggerated projections with which we have clothed our friends and enemies gradually fall away. As we mature, the preachers, teachers, psychologists, and politicians of our acquaintance no longer carry for us those characteristics which properly belong to ourselves. In the end, they, and we, assume more human proportions. That is such a deeply meaningful paragraph to me. But it's full of academic language, and I think it's a little more abstract than it needs to be. Essentially, it is this. The Hierophant represents that moment when you start to realize that the other people around you are just humans. In childhood, it's very easy for us to assume that all the adults in our life, and especially our parents, completely understand the world, have everything under control, and have a plan, honestly, which is not necessarily true. So, there comes a time in each of our lives when we look around at the other people and start to realize that they are fallible, that they are human, that they make mistakes, that maybe they don't have a plan, maybe they don't have control. And we realize that we have the same amount of control that they do, that we have the power that we have been projecting onto everybody else this whole time, and that the people around us are not archetypes, that the ideal personalities and these ideal people that we build up for all of our friends, for all of our enemies, are not true. They are simply projections. There's so much power in understanding that and being able to reconcile the fact that you want them to be these archetypes, these easy to understand, pure things of intellect. But they are not. And if you can realize that, you can start to realize that it's true for you too. Obviously, I'm not sure I'm doing a better job explaining it. But it means a lot to me. this could be because my soul and personality card is 5, the Hierophant. And so I think of the Hierophant as being like a secret keeper, somebody who has wisdom and knowledge and keeps them, and only distributes them to the people who need it when they need it, when they can handle it, essentially. So that got really rambly there at the end. Thank you very much for listening, and I will see you later. Okay, love you, bye!